2:11 to go. 79 yards they need for a tying score. You got a sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, make a throw easy for him. Let him get in rhythm. Throw a screenplay. Throw a wide receiver screenplay. It might be what the doctor ordered.
Coach Gutierrez said he's improving each week. He's becoming a true leader, and this is a big test for him right now.
His biggest test.
And Fallon looking up the left sideline. He's got a receiver open, and it's complete. He hit his tight end, Travis Reiner.
Yeah, and that was man-on-man with basically a bump coverage. This is the first time he was able to link up with a player. Linebacker over the tight end. That's a hard matchup for a linebacker, but if I'm hard, I'd be in 3 deep, and I'd have these guys back about 8 yards and let everything happen in front of me.
34-yard reception, the longest pass play, and here's McAfee. Inside the 10, down to the 6. Wow. 31-yard run, and in 2 plays they go from their own 29 down to the 6-yard line of Hart.
Yeah, and a draw play right up the middle. What a nice call, because they had all the defenders coming up the field. He was able to, and McAfee is just a hardcore runner. He runs the ball hard. You can never tackle him with arm tackles. He was able to get down the field for a very important first down with 1:42 left.
McAfee now with 148 yards rushing for the night. His season high is 172. They'll go back to him. And he is stood up. Good job up front by the Hart Indian defense. And we've got a timeout down on the field, and it's going to be taken by Coach Harrington and the Hart Indians. 1:14 to go. Canyon 6 yards away from tying it up. Well, they were down here a couple possessions ago, and they couldn't get it in.
Yeah, and I don't know if I was Coach Harrington, I would have actually called that timeout. I would have kind of let that time run down or let them run one more play, because I don't trust the fact that Canyon can do everything on the run. They would have to call their own timeout.
Well, maybe 2 ways to look at it. Maybe Hart wants to conserve some time for themselves to get it back and possibly get themselves enough time to score. As we mentioned, Nielsen in the last game out kicked a 54-yard school record field goal. We do play overtime in high school football, and it's the same rules as college. Each team will get a possession on the 25.
Yeah, but the thing is, they've been down here already a few times, and they haven't been able to score. And they're, with them running their regular offense and thinking they have time, there's a sophomore quarterback. He might not be a good game manager or time manager right now, so I would have let it go.
Do you stay on the ground with McAfee, who's got 148 yards rushing? Fallon just 7 of 21. To the air, to the back of the end zone. Touchdown! Israel Cabrera comes down inbounds with it. And we're an extra point away from being tied. Well, you need a big play, and you go to your feisty senior, who comes up with a huge catch.
Fantastic catch.
Oh, I beg your pardon. I spoke too soon. They're going to go for 2. Coach Gutierrez is going to go for the win. And a timeout called.
Wow, that would have been exciting. But let's go back to the play. It was I've seen him throw 2 great passes all night long, and they've all been on the drive that counted. So maybe when Coach Gutierrez said he was growing up right in front of our eyes. But it's a great timing route. He steps back, plants his back foot, throws right to him. Great throw, but even a better catch by Israel Cabrera, getting that 1 foot in, possibly 2, to make that touchdown.
Well, Miles Fallon had struggled most of the night, and then on this last drive, 2 huge completions. Travis Reiner, his tight end, hooks up with him to start the drive, and then a great throw in the back of the end zone to Israel Cabrera. And now they're going to go for 2.
Maybe.
Well, even if they get it, Hart still has plenty of time.
Absolutely. Well, 1:14 is not a lot of time. They haven't been able to move the ball all night. They still only have 21 points. They'll have time, and they've been going backwards on the last on the last few drives. So if it were me, I'd go for the tie.
Well, they're going to go for 2. For the lead. Batted away. Blake Fall.
Blake Fall just won the game.
Well, Coach Gutierrez might be second guessed on that, but it is what it is. Let's take a look at the play again.
This is an out-up kind of play by the wide receiver. He didn't sell the defensive back. He didn't sell Blake Fall. Blake Fall was able to come underneath it and make a great defensive play. That's his 4th or 5th pass defense this season in which he leads the team. Blake Fall has done a tremendous job. The interception on the last drive that enabled them to have the ball again. He's done a fantastic job all night long defending those Canyon defenders, those Canyon receivers. And again, he comes up with a great play to save the game.
Well, now they're going to need to send out the hands team because you can expect an onside kick from Canyon. 1:14 to go. Cowboys trailing by a point. They'll tee it up from the 40, so it's got to get to at least the 50 before the Cowboys can recover. The scoring drive, 4 plays, 71 yards. In just 1:26, Cabrera with the touchdown catch, but they go for 2. It's no good.
And what we're talking about here is the bounce. It's all about the bounce and how that ball bounces at the 10 yards where somebody can be able to handle it. If it bounces up in the air, it's going to be difficult.
Chavez. Oh, I don't think it went 10. They did recover it, but it's got to go 10. It didn't go 10.
Yeah, I don't know if it went 10 either.
Yeah, Canyon celebrating, but there's no way the ball went 10. I think they picked it up at the 49, and it had to get to the 50.
Yeah, I think it was about 8 yards before he decided to jump on it. And how many times do you practice this play? See, yeah, it was about 8 or 9 yards. That's a very tough thing because you as a kicker, you're not going to practice this play all the time.
Well, he motioned first down to Canyon, but I believe that's mistake, and now he's changing it. Okay. It is a first down for Hart. And now all they got to do is take a couple knees. And they're going to have their 4th win in a row. They'll improve to 4-2 overall. And they'll have a win in the Foothill League opener. Now, it's amazing. They haven't won the Foothill League since 2007, despite the fact that they're defending Northern Division champions.
Yeah, they end up in the championship somehow, some way. And that's just, a team growing when they need to grow, or a team getting better when they need to get better.
They finished 3rd a year ago in the Foothill, but still came out of nowhere to win the Northern Division championship. And they've gotten off to a good start to open Foothill League play with a thrilling 21-20 win over Canyon. Well, you couldn't have asked for much more. Had a little bit of everything tonight. But I think we saw Miles Fallon grow up before our very eyes on that last drive.
Absolutely, and he's just a sophomore. He's just 15 years old. He's got a few more years to go. We're going to see a tremendous player after it's all said and done. But a tough loss to take tonight.
Indeed, a tough loss and a great win for the Hart Indians.